Good morning to my 580 YouTube channel subscribers. Hope you guys had a nice weekend and you guys are off to a pleasant Monday morning. I'm on my Monday morning walk, and it was a super big storm and flood last night, and that's pretty nice to walk in the nature after a big storm. Everything's just so green and everything. And so in this video, I'm gonna title this video how to make $1 million selling sports trading cards. And I'm gonna give you the quick answer is to spend $2 million. And then if you sell them, then you could get $1 million. Okay. So if you spend $2 million on sports cards and then you sell them all for $1 million, that's how you make $1 million. And that's really the whole theme of this video, that I would say at least 95% of the people who sell sports cards and trading cards lose money. Less than 5% actually make money. And I just did a sports card show yesterday, and it was probably about 20 sellers, dealers that was at the card show. And honestly, I don't think not one of them made a profit. I think they all lost money. And over half of them was complaining about how they invested all these money, like, thousands and thousands of dollars into certain sports card players that got hyped up a lot. And, the news media, social media, YouTube videos kept talking about certain players, and they had a really short performance last year. And then so everybody spent all the winter long buying all their autograph cards, PSA graded 10 gem mint cards. And they literally probably spent, this one dealer at the show, I think he probably must have spent probably $15,000, $20,000 on this one player that only played like 15 games in his whole career. And then he couldn't even make it to the pros. Now he's back in the minors. And these guys was in such a bad attitude. And so I don't think they even sold nothing. And you got to pay like $50 for the table rental on top of that. And I think they had to drive like an hour or two to the show. And they probably spent, endless amounts of hours getting ready for the show, preparing their cards and everything. And but here's the trick. Here's what it gets you, because sports cards is just like gambling. It's like legalized gambling for 12-year-olds or 40-year-old men who actually, is like over 12-year-old stuck in a 40-year-old body, or actual 12-year-old. But see, here's what happens is, and I'm gonna speak for myself because everything that I'm talking about, I'm relating to myself as well, and I'll get to that. But what happens in sports cards is, it's just like gambling with a lottery ticket or a slot machine. You put in $100 and then you get $400 back, and that happens one time, and then you take that $400 and then you buy a whole bunch. You keep gambling that, and then what happens is, a lot of times what I'm finding out is that the majority of people that's in sports cards, that's sports card dealers and resellers, most of them got a big chunk of money for free that just kind of fell in their lap through an inheritance or a lawsuit or a settlement or something like that, where they just got a buku amount of money. And then so they spend $2 million on sports cards. And then not literally, let's say they spend, 20, 40,000, 50,000 on sports cards, and then they sell $1,000, and then they can tell all their friends and family and their love interests, and all the women be like, yeah, I just made $1,000 today selling sports cards. They make a YouTube video about it. Yeah, I just sold $1,000 in sports cards, but they just paid $2,000 for it. You know what I mean? But then they say, oh, I made $1,000, but really they lost $1,000. But nobody wants to brag about that. And it's just like the people who gamble and stuff. They're gonna tell you, oh, I just won $800 in this machine, but they're not going to tell you all their kids' Christmas money that they lost every single year. You know what I mean? Or how they can't pay their bills because they lost all their money gambling. But if they win $800, they're going to they're going to call their mom and dad and all their friends. They're going to put it on social media. I just won all this money, blah, blah, blah. But they'll never tell you about the losses, okay? And so I'm one of the rare people. I'm the only person that's actually going to tell you the truth about sports cards and everything. It's like nobody would want to hear. Wow, the creek's really, look at the creek, guys. Turn into a river. I don't know if you guys got, oh my goodness, look at this over here. I got to be careful with my phone because there's been many times I dropped my phone right in the water, like taking videos of turtles and stuff. I get too excited. But anyhow, I'm the only guy on YouTube that's going to tell you the truth because I just don't care. And people would hate to see if this video ever got out. They would be like, there would be a lot of people that would be upset because their image is everything. They want to look like they're a success even when they're unsuccessful, you know. And you know, I found myself in the same way. Like I remember in 2018 when I first started collecting again, because I was collecting back in the 80s just for fun as a kid, in the 80s and 90s. And my ex-girlfriend, she had a gambling addiction and stuff, and she was a kleptomaniac and all that. And I always been a minimalist. I never been a gambler. I never had no addictions at all ever. But you know, if you spend a lot of time with somebody, you start adapting their traits and stuff. And so she specifically was like, oh, Shohei Ohtani in 2018 Bowman, we need to buy a box because we could be millionaires if we just spend $200 on this box. And because, you know, I was just, you know, I'm a people pleaser and want to make her happy. I was like, oh yeah, let's go spend this money we don't have. She didn't have no money, of course. So I went and bought it. And we opened up this box. And, you know, we really didn't get nothing in it. But then I went and bought another box, you know, the week after that. And I hit this one card. It was I paid $150 for the box. And then I got a $400 card. I was like, oh my God, wow, I can't believe it. Like, and then it was all over with after that. And then what happens is you just keep buying. And then you sell a little bit, and then you buy a lot more, then you sell a little bit, then you buy a lot more. And you think you're making money because you're making sales, but you're not making profit. You're always losing. And so I'll tell you about my card show yesterday. Well, I spent in the last about 6 days, this is gonna sound crazy, but I did about 12 to 18 hours a day sorting cards. And then at the car show, so I worked like 90 hours just to lose $150. 90, not 90 hours. In 1 week, I worked 90 hours sorting cars, you know, just constantly working with cars. Not hard work, you know, but I mean, I was crossing off price tags for 12 hours and my sides started hurting super bad. And plus, I re-injured my partial hernia carrying heavy boxes in and out, these totes and boxes outside the car show. And thank God my nephew was there to help me because I think I'll probably be in the hospital right now just to lose money, okay? Also, I had one of my good friends, I go to church every Sunday, and that she was gonna go to the church for the first time ever, called me up early in the morning ready to go. And I told her, oh, I'm doing a car show today. So I couldn't have my friend go with me to church for the first time. You know, that would have been a blessing. And also on top of that, last night, every night for almost 2 months straight, I read a Bible, a chapter of the Bible and uploaded it to YouTube. And I really love doing that. But last night I was too tired. The night before last, I was too tired. And today I'm just plumb exhausted. And and then on top of that, I've been walking 5.2 miles at least every day for almost 2 months. And then yesterday, I didn't walk, not at all, nothing. No walks yesterday. And so it's like, So you're working 90 hours in a week, you're losing money, you're not hanging out with your friends, you're not enjoying the weather, you're not you're not going to church, doing the things you like, doing all these things you love to do, good things that'll bring you more happiness just because you're trying to make money. It's just and that's it's just ridiculous that people do that. And so now, whatever hobby you have, even if it's fishing or, whatever it might be, you have to spend money doing your hobby. That's fine. It's okay spending money on your hobby, but it's not okay to say, oh man, I'm making a bunch of money fishing. I caught this fish. And, whatever it is, it's just a huge difference. I mean? There's a difference when it's money involved and everything like that. So, but yeah, I would say the majority of the car dealers lost money. Yesterday I did. I sold, I think I could about $400 in cards yesterday that I paid $500 for. And then plus I had to pay $50 to rent the table. So then I lost $150 yesterday. And so, but now I made $400 in sales. So then I could go tell all my friends, yeah, I made $400 one day, man. Oh, I'm a big shot. I'm just this really cool guy. I'm the best ever. And then all the people who sell sports cars, 95% of them, that's what they do. They'll tell their friends and family and, random women be like, man, I'm making all this money in sports cars. Just made $400 in one day. And, but they're really broke as heck and they're in debt. All their credit cards is maxed out. And they're still bragging about how much money they're making selling sports cars. But my goal is to be done by November 1st, to sell all my cars by November 1st. And then, because if you work 90 hours a week at Taco Bell, if you work 90 hours at Taco Bell, you're going to bring home over $1,000. So you could work it fast. So the amount of time I spent sorting baseball cards, I could have worked at Taco Bell and I could have I could have profited after taxes and deductibles. I could have brought home $1,000. But instead, trying to sell sports cars, with the same amount of time, I lose $150. And then not only that, but then you're not doing the things you love, what you like to do. On top of that, that's a little frustrating. But with that being said, I hung out with my nephew yesterday. That was nice. Got to meet a lot of cool people. That was nice and everything. But to be 100% honest with you, I would have just rather with the church. Definitely would have just rather went to church. I would have, I'm really kind of depressed because I didn't read the Bible and upload it to YouTube. That's sad. And then plus I didn't get to go for my 5.2 mile walk yesterday, which I super love to do. And then I'm so tired today. So tired. I'm just exhausted. And for what? Doesn't make any sense. But that's the truth of it is. 95 out of 100 people who selling sports cars is losing money. And that's the truth. Like I said, every single dealer that was at the car show yesterday, I think, they didn't make a profit. They lost money, even though they might made, $100 in sales. And they could tell you, or, they make $400 in sales and everything like that. But really, how much they pay for the cards, what they pay for the cards. Let's say they sold $100 worth of cards. They probably paid $150 to $200 for them, and then you have to pay $50 for the table rental, and which is just like eBay fees, because eBay fees is between like 15 and 25%, up to like almost 50% dang near on some transactions, on some seller levels. But then, like yesterday, if you sell $400 worth of cars, you pay $50 for your table rental. That's over 10% fees. So, I'm switching up my whole strategy. I closed my eBay store. I deleted the whole eBay app off my phone. And, Saturday I went and closed my bank account so I can't even buy nothing online. I'm like so serious. I'm just done spending money on dumb stuff. I'm never doing it again. Hopefully, that's my plan. And but yeah, I closed my bank account, closed my eBay store, I deleted my eBay app, and now I have 2 more car shows left. So I'm gonna spend my time sorting my cars out. I'm doing a garage sale car show over Memorial Day weekend, and then then I made a Facebook page. I don't even want to be on social media, but I need to get on Marketplace because I'm gonna start taking pictures and selling everything locally, what I can locally. And because like I said, I'm trying to sell all my collectibles by November 1st. And then I want to head south and buy some off-grid farmland somewhere where it's gonna be warm at. South, rural South, probably South Florida, as far south as I could get more likely. And I'm super looking forward to that. And here's the thing, I've been working since I was literally 12 years old. I had a paper route from 12 to 16 that I sold 50 to 100 newspapers a day. I had a job at the grocery store at 15, and I've literally been working my whole life. And I've always put time and effort. I always had the saying, put time and effort if you want to be successful. I tell all my friends that. And, I never ever spent 80 hours of my life trying to be productive and therefore not to equal success. And have it be a failure, putting that much time and effort into anything and not seeing no results is so depressing. But if you give me a shovel and a pickaxe and a few tools and some seeds, and you put me on just a couple acres of land, and I work 40 to 80 hours a week, then you better believe that it's gonna start producing stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna be a failure. But sports cars, reselling sports cars is a failure. And if you have anybody that that's telling you they're making money selling sports cars, they're lying to you, and worse off, they're lying to themselves. So that's the truth about selling sports cars. Just wanted to put that out there. It's a good hobby. Keep it a hobby. See, but the thing is, 95% of the people who collect sports cars, they're not doing it for a hobby, they're doing it to resell. And I will add one last thing. If you do want to make money selling cars, there is a couple different ways. I'll tell you. Whatnot seems like to be a good app to sell cars on. I never did it, but I think that might have more some success. And then but another thing is if you buy cards and then you sell every single last card, and then you can see how much money you made or lost. So let's say all the cards you got right now, sell them all. Then you could take that money and buy some more cards, and then don't buy no more, and then sell them all them cards. And then if you do that, but you have to completely clear out your inventory. You know what I mean? You can't have no cars sitting. You need to just buy them, sell them, and then you can see if you made money or lost money by doing that. And you have to then you divide that by how much time you put into it, and you subtract your supplies and your fees and taxes, and then you can see how much money you're making an hour. But minimum wage is like $15-20 an hour now. So you really need to make twice that. You should be making at least $25 to $50 an hour. And if you're not, you should just go work at Taco Bell. And hello, my morning walks on what's over, guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic week. Thank you for all the new subscribes. Thanks for all the comments and the likes. I really appreciate that. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care.